here and talk about the Bolton, the John Bolton's house. I want to play some sound for you, a former official in the administration, and get your response on the other side. This is
an ongoing investigation into John Bolton. I will say we're going to let that investigation proceed. What I can tell you is that unlike the Biden DOJ and the Biden FBI, our law enforcement agencies are going to be driven by law and not by politics. And so if we think that Ambassador Bolton has committed a crime, of course, eventually prosecutions will come. Classified documents are certainly part of it, but I think that there's a broad concern about Ambassador Bolton.
Is Ambassador Bolton being targeted because he's a critic of President Trump?
No, not at all.
Now, Miles, there's a lot here. There's a lot we don't know about what John Bolton is accused of doing. We don't know what documents the administration says that he has. And so I don't want you to talk about that. What I'm most interested in is the wheeze that we heard from J.D. Vance in that interview. We're in the very early stages. We are investigating. We're going to be careful. We don't think that we should throw people. That's what we are doing. All of those things in that interview with our colleague, Kristen Welker. The Vice President of the United States should not be speaking in wheeze when talking about a Department of Justice investigation, or am I losing it?
You're not losing it. This is very, very unusual for the vice president to be this read into a criminal investigation that he should be at arm's length from. And then in the report that you all mentioned at the top of the hour, we heard that the CIA director himself might have been the one to provide the evidence to the FBI director. As more of these details come out, it's starting to look completely unprecedented that all of these very top senior officials that work under Donald Trump, that know he wants to get revenge against John Bolton, are personally involved in the investigation of John Bolton. But it wasn't just the wheeze that were concerning to me. I mean, the vice president's attestation that this had nothing to do with revenge was about as believable as what we were just talking about the administration has said on the Epstein files, because it would be a truly extraordinary coincidence that they've decided to focus their investigative powers on a man that Donald Trump has wanted investigated for years. But it's not just that. In fact, by my count, there are at least 5 people who have written books critical of Donald Trump who in some way, shape, or form have come under federal investigation. Myself,
is
John
one of them
Bolton,
on this panel
OCA.
With a name?
Yep. John Brennan, James Comey, Alex Vindman. It's, quite an extraordinary coincidence if this has nothing to do with revenge.
Kash Patel said that there was, when the investigation, the raid of Mar-a-Lago to look for classified documents, that there was no predicate to do what the federal officials did to Donald Trump when he was a private citizen. And I just want to put up a timeline of events so that we can have a little bit of a palate cleanser here. There was a predicate, and you're looking at it in the calendar there. May of 2021, National Archives begins asking Trump to return missing presidential records. Then you look at August 2022, after 6 more attempts to get these documents, Kimberly. Finally, August 2022, so if my math is right, that's 3 years ago this month, FBI obtains warrant to search Mar-a-Lago. No predicate?
Right.
I mean, you could say that. Well, we don't know yet. What's the predicate to raid Bolton's home and office? And yet we've got the receipts.